Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to show you a video of Zombies of the Dead. It's a game on the iPhone on the Apple Store, and I will tell you the price, and I put the price on YouTube later. Let's get into it. Zombies of the Dead. Now here is a menu that is interesting. You got your play now, character, records of different statistics, extras, options. So let's show you character. Now here you can change different races, sexes. Boy, girl. Yeah. So now, and then color, hair color, shirts, color of the shirts, pants, color of pants, shoes, color of shoes, and then to confirm it, press the check. Then the records. You will go into that depth as soon as you play it. As soon as you play it, you will begin to have different records as you complete more missions and kill more zombies and more survivors and kill more psychopaths. So, yeah. Extras, you can write a review. There's concept art, cheats, which you will gain through the game as soon as you complete different missions and get awards. Credits, options, volume, music volume. Then there's silent. I find it to be a little scary at night, so I usually turn down the music volume. The gore, there is gore, but it's not really graphic, as you will see as I play it later. Language, you can change it from several different languages. I'm not going to do that since I might get confused. Don't know this. Reset scores. So if you want to just reset scores of past things, if you just don't like them, or you just want to start over. So let's play now. Okay, so I'm going to get into the scenarios later. There's Game Center, which you can start playing and find a match of one player to play with in a multiplayer game of survival. You can host a game up to 4 people. You can join a game up to 4 people. And depending on what scenario you choose in here, you will join that game or host that game. It's really hard to find a game, so I wouldn't recommend playing it as much, because I guess this is sort of a new game, or old game, but yeah. So let's go into the scenario. There's several different stars. If you can see this, there's stars, 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, and so on. And so there's different missions. You can click on more and more and more. There's tons of missions to do, and you always get more. So there's several different missions. Clear. You have to clear all the zombies. Survive. You have to survive till a certain time. You have to find things. Find a cure. Kill zombies. Sometimes the harder missions will have several different objectives to do. Defend a certain place, such as a church. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, and as you gain more experience, you get more missions, of course. And it'll be just a whole lot more fun, because you'll get more and more difficult missions. So let's start one. Let's start one that's simple. That can be simple. I'm gonna hit more since I want to just find a short one. Okay. As you see, as I'm pressing more, there's a whole lot more. Rescue, of course. I forgot that. I sort of forgot that. Where you just rescue survivors. I'll tell you more about the different types of enemies and foes as soon as I start this game up. Okay, here's a quick one. And our objective is to survive until 9 o'clock p.m. And the time, if you want to start at different times, then you're going to have to choose a mission that suits your preference. But of course, you're going to have to complete every one if you want to get more awards. So at 4 o'clock p.m., that means it's going to be dark, or no, bright, but it's going to get dark soon. So there's a night cycle and there's a morning cycle or a daylight cycle. And so 9 o'clock it will probably get dark. This is probably 5 hours. It is 5 hours. But in the game, the clock speeds up, and the 4 o'clock is more like 4 minutes in real time. And so yeah, or 5 o'clock or 5 hours is 5 minutes in this game. So let's play. Okay, sometimes you start in different places. Once I started, spawned in right near a zombie. So let's get into the basics. You have your analog here. You can walk forward, you can walk backwards, you can turn and walk in all directions. You can hit, and yeah. When you start out, you don't really have any weapons. And hitting people or hitting objects or whatever is not a good thing, because you have nothing to hit with. You're weak. So what you want to do is find anything, pretty much you can interact with anything. Say this door. And the reactions are pretty fast, so you can search anything. You have to walk up to things such as this. I found a knife. That's a weapon. Search again. Found another weapon. A gun. And I would recommend looking at this section because you only have 4 slots or 4 bubbles to hold your guns and weapons. So I would be wise to choose what weapons, items, and supplies you need. And here you can also drop weapons. So simply just hit the drop button. Then their cancel will pop up, showing that you have selected it. So just choose a weapon, and it'll be discarded, and it cannot be recovered. So I'd be wise on what you press, but hopefully you'll get used to that, because I sometimes threw away guns in the beginning when I was playing the first time. So yeah, so you have 4 slots, and what's cool about this game is when you're in a building, the lights will be on sometimes, or it might not, depending on what happens to the building. And so the lights might flicker, and when that does happen, everything will start to get dark after that, because the lights are broken, or their circuit is broken. And so what you want to do is go find the power box, which should have a red circle around it if it's off, a green circle if it's on, and we have to search for it. And so yeah, I'm gonna open this door, and if you hear that sound, there's different music in this game, depending on what kind of things happen. So, and here's Survivor right here. There's different kinds of enemies and foes. So foes are people like this. They'll be crouching down. If you have seen him, if you looked around and saw him just sitting around crouching, that means he's a survivor. Now, if he's a survivor, it doesn't necessarily mean he'll follow you like this. It might mean that he's just hiding from someone, and he might run away from you. And then there's the psychopaths. If you see a psychopath, you might choose to run, you might choose to fight. Either way, they might attack you, and they will attack you. Either way, they are dangerous. So a psychopath can look like an ordinary survivor, just like this. And so, what you want to do is just take them out, or just run out. Sometimes they'll just wander around. So yeah. Then, the survivor, this guy, he will stay with you throughout the whole entire game or mission, unless you hurt him, like punch him or shoot him, he'll die. And sometimes they will slow you down. So I would recommend being careful and wise on whether or not it's worth it to keep a survivor with you. They do have weapons, so choose your party wisely. Then there's different survivors who have different attributes. Particularly there's two kinds. Ones with weapons and ones with healing powers. And if they have healing powers, they will have pink around them, like almost sort of like a halo. Surviving, and yeah, I survived, so I guess I have to stop here. I got a rank D because I was just standing around. So let me talk more about this. You can pretty much search anything that looks searchable. You can search the toilet, you can search the candles, you can search the bed, you can search a candle. Oh, I just said that. There are certain glitches, but they're more map glitches than anything. You can search pots, desks, and it'll shake once you do it. And one thing is, when there's darkness, say you're in a dark house or it's dark outside, like it's 9 o'clock p.m. rather than it's 5 p.m. where it'll probably be bright. In that scenario, if it's dark outside or dark inside, then you'll be able to search for items. You will not be able to search for items as quickly as you would in the light. But if you have a flashlight, then you can search for anything in the dark or the bright. But I recommend keeping your flashlight on all the time because there's zombies everywhere, and you will always be prepared to fight them. And I won't spoil any of the weapons for you, but I will show you different things about them. And so that's Zombies of the Dead for you. If you have any questions about this game, questions about different things that happen, just give me a comment below and I'll shoot it back to you. And thank you and goodbye.